The only thing is just getting used to their systems, which are so easy to use that it feels like I should be doing more.
Oh, yeah, that sounds nice. You guys keep chatting whatever you want to do. Anybody already watching, if you can let us know, audio sounds good. Is this a good height? Is the lighting okay? We have about 15 minutes until we're going to start the show, so we want to make sure those things are perfect. Also, why are you laughing? If you want to donate, these are the instructions here. My Venmo at Monica Nevi, or there's a PayPal button on the streaming page, monicanevi.com/PayPal. If you don't have a Venmo, pretty easy. How do we feel about the audio quality?
I got one that said audio and height are good. Lighting could be better.
Okay.
Okay. Should I move that closer, maybe?
Maybe.
Here, no, you stay.
Okay. I'll stay. Tell me what my face looks like.
Crazy Comedy Club.
No. Like that. Maybe we should move this one this way.
Okay.
Like just closer to me.
Longest week ever, maybe?
Oh,
yeah,
that lightened it up.
Ooh. That might have been. Was that better? At home? I guess we could pull it up on that too if you want to look on my computer what it
looks like?
Yeah, what it looks like back there. This is how this is gonna work. We're gonna do a normal kind of stand-up show. There's 3 of us, me, Mike Coletta, Gabriel Rutledge. We'll do some stand-up jokes for you. Also, if you'd like to comment as we're going, Aaron is going to yell those out at us at some point. So we can do a little crowd work, comment work is what we've been calling it. My parents are here to be the audience.
They said there's a glare on the whiteboard.
Oh.
I don't know if we can change that though at all.
It's the same information. We just thought it might be helpful to leave it up there because I'm going to move in a second and it'll be, 10 minutes of you listening to our conversation.
Someone spelled my name wrong.
That's okay. What? Your parents spelled your name wrong. That's the problem. Love you. Okay.
Started already.
Yeah. I mean, I could try. We can't move the whiteboard, honestly.
I think the lighting looks great.
Okay. Perfect. Get your snacks, get your food. Also, if you're in Washington, the weather's nice. You can still take us outside. You don't have to pick one. You can take your device with you into the yard if you'd like. And then this video will stay up until midnight, so if you just started watching and it's later than 7, it'll still be up for a little while. And we'll get started in about 10 minutes. Okay, thank you so much. Nobody talk.
I feel like I should clap.
You could.
MonicaNevi.com/livestream.
Yeah.
These guys.
Well, they're sharing it.
Take a picture.
I just want to make sure that your
He types as fast
head
as I
is in
can.
it, right? That's what I'm worried about.
Did you?
Well, they said AA.
My friend Wyatt just texted me that he's there.
Oh, thought you were taking us.
Great. Nice.
Thanks, Sarah.
She's great. Oh, did it again. Can't look at my new jokes because
Dropping the phone.
Oh, no.
Not sure how that worked out.
No new jokes for you.
Well, I remember one that I really wanted to see. But whatever. And then, oh yeah. Explain that.
We already have 4 thumbs up. That's so many.
6.
No, we have 6. I can't read. I also can't read.
Make comments.
He really needs money.
He really needs the help.
I need hooked on phonics money.
Gabe, how many cats do you have?
2.
2 cats.
2 cats.
Buddy
I
and
was
Dawn.
trying to do a collective.
Buddy and Dawn.
3 partners, 4 kids, 3 cats.
I got a very loud mouth to feed. I bought her a cat food. It was so expensive.
Oh yeah, you did totally.
I have kids.
The bookcase and the desk
She gets
is
this fancy
stacked,
cat food
and,
called Taste of the
last
Wild.
time
It's got a cougar
they
on
were
it.
a hit,
It's
so
expensive.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, well, and it's less
But they're
of,
worth it, right?
less of them now than it
No.
was last time because it's closer. So.
It's worth it. They're so worth it.
No,
What are cats?
Oh yeah.
we're not
Any kind
changing
of
anything else. So
Pets.
pets or kids.
What are we doing as far as?
Oh yeah, we already did.
Sorry, we were in the bathroom. We're both probably going to do about 10, 15 with the comment part, and then you can do. Last time I did like 30 of material and then some comments
Okay.
afterwards. So whatever you want to do, you can do.
Sure.
I don't care. You can do
You
it
did the
however
sour
you want.
Kool-Aid. This isn't your first live stream comedy rodeo.
think it's better because
Sour Kool-Aid. There was one guy on the couch, and one time he got a phone call,
That happened to me.
and he left.
That exact thing happened to me.
So it was just me. I mean, people were watching, but I felt it.
I had no idea
Yeah.
how that went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that exact thing happened to me, and he was also pretty drunk. So I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
great,
yeah. Absolutely.
Well, you know, the band?
Yes.
Last waltz, I was watching that the other night, and the guy was telling the story about the venue, big, huge place. Described it all. There's 3 people in the whole crowd. And there was a fight. Like,
I moved it down because on there it looks different than what it shows right here.
Hey, Mike, will you go stand over there again? Just
I'm gonna
so-
stand over there
To
again.
make sure you're the tallest, so we're gonna.
Someone
face
called you a
off.
tall drink of water. Will you look at that?
Check, check. Ooh, I'm gonna do this too, so I'm standing at your normal height. How does that look?
No,
I have no head. Oh no!
Yeah, you're just
Oh, now my head's slowly coming back.
they're overrated.
Heads are overrated.
How's that?
A little more.
It's
I feel like it
not
keeps
staying.
falling down.
I
it's
can't-
falling down.
How do I just?
Hey, it's me.
Kind of twist
This
it.
is
Got
how
it,
we
got
do
it.
comedy,
Go
totally
back over there,
natural.
go back over there, got it.
Can I post pictures a little bit? All of you
A little bit more?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you can post pictures, Pam.
How's that?
VIP audience
That's
member,
perfect
Pam.
right there.
And then I'll tell them to tune in.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Okay, you're good. Thank you, Mike.
Are we gonna do a duo act where we sing it like together? Like,
6 feet away.
like a folk band?
Social
We
band.
do look like we're in a folk band.
The
a
social
little bit.
band's really messing up background singers.
Trying to find a place to stand 6 feet away.
The stage has to be huge.
So we got Monica, to tune in, it's Monica Nevi / live stream. YouTube.
MonicaNevy.com/livestream. Yes, that's it.
I've been talking to so many people through this week.
Well,
As far as like how to.
My brother was like, do I need to get tickets? And I was like, I don't know, I don't think so.
Weird question. He texted me. I was like, Mike, come on, we're talking about this.
Want me to stand there?
Just, do you want to be on camera? You
Yeah.
want-
Ron wants to be on camera.
Yeah, Ron, give it a whirl.
Oh, the show's gone crazy. He's like, oh, that's why it looks.
There's a heckler
That's
trying to
perfect.
get on stage right now.
Hear about the girl that shaved her legs and wrecked them?
Stop.
Someone took away a donation. I didn't even know that was possible.
I think they actually
So
sent
you can
Monica a pay
revote.
request on Venmo.
It says there's too much headroom.
Wrecked them.
Well, there will.
Killed them.
I mean, everyone's tall.
Right.
I feel like it looks fine.
It did. I
Oh, I
forget
forgot to tag
that
you.
Mike now is all the way up because Mike was using it. So I was
Yes.
like, oh, did it go back down? But yeah, we're good.
I think so too.
You can't be that picky about it, people. As long as you can see us and hear it, you know.
We didn't move the pictures of Linda.
Oh, do you want me? You can't see him.
I probably don't.
Oh, you want me to move it?
No.
Okay. He's like, they can't move it.
Yeah, okay.
Should know who they're feeding. How guilty you.
I should have put a picture of Delilah on the thing. Like, this is who you're doing this for tonight.
Just all your cats.
In the arms.
I tagged Mike, but I can't tag Gabe.
You can't? Why not?
We're not friends
Oh,
on
Hollywood gay
Whoa.
Rutledge. Not letting people
But-
friend
and I
you.
Well, have you liked his page? Because I think you can still tag
if
that
you like
one.
my page, you can do Gabriel Rutledge.
If I haven't, I better because I
This
love
comes
Gabe.
out she's not really a fan.
Rude.
She types faster than us, or slower than us.
Well, everybody's on here but Monica even.
Oh.
I didn't even,
I'm very curious about the Christmas book.
Is your job still going?
My work from home stuff is, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm doing it all right now, but I don't know what's like. You're just gonna keep
I
going
was gonna
'cause
say, is
everything
that
is
being
kind of slow.
effective?
Yes.
Games and stuff? I mean, I'm sure
Video game
everything's
stuff,
gonna-
like all the stuff work in the background, we can still do. It's just releases that they're all kind of like we get the ladies or not.
Do they do like an actual like event when they release stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
when we start a month in advance, so it's kind of weird to start it and then stop it in the middle and then reschedule. But
One-
that's what
yeah,
literally
not
everyone's
know
doing.
if you- yeah.
I'm still writing blogs for Megaboot though, so that's good at least.
Hey, Monica, come here for a second.
People are sure on the internet right now, so that's good. Content.
No, I invite you around, sorry.
Donation reverse.
Shouldn't I just be able to search for Gabe?
Only one person took the money away, I
Or
guess.
maybe I have to do Gabriel.
Yeah.
Well, someone said that he, donation reversed.
I feel like I've had this exact same cooler as a child. This little Playmate cooler, igloo cooler.
Yeah, we
Oh,
never
there
threw
it
anything
is.
away.
Yeah.
Gabriel Rutledge Comics.
That's great.
Okay.
That's how I was raised too.
Yeah.
It ain't
Oh,
broke.
I haven't.
Yeah, right.
There you go. So you might be able to take it now.
Okay, okay. I can't believe I haven't liked that. Gabe, I have to apologize. I didn't like your comedy page till just now, and I
Wow.
love you.
It's always bothered me, but I forgive you.
You should have slapped me earlier and woke me
First
up.
thing you thought of when you walked in, there's that bitch.
You didn't like my page yet.
I don't even like Monica's page.
You got a sweet picture of us on our phones. I love it.
Yeah, you're both on your phones.
Are you good? Do the touch your face jokes. Please do them.
Should I?
I liked it.
Okay.
I like
feel
that
like
a lot.
everyone saw those this week.
Oh, that's
I'm-
true though.
I'm
I
like
didn't think about
Coca-Cola.
that. Don't listen
Oh
to me.
my
I already told you that. I told you to keep
Don't
doing that
listen
premise,
to
and then
me.
you like did it. And then
It can be the same people?
No, you're right. When else am I gonna do it?
That's funny, it's topical.
When it's over?
yeah.
I mean, it's like that wrecking joke never gets old.
For you.
I've been telling that one.
We're losing donations.
Timeless
I've been
comedy.
telling that one for 40 years.
Don't let Ron get up again. Ron, will you fill this
Can you
up?
see my head now?
With what?
Another Bud Light and then bring it back to me?
Oh yeah, there is a lot of headspace there.
Nice.
Yeah.
On this one though, no, I think it's
Oh
fine.
yeah, that's fine. Never
It
mind.
could be cutting off the aspect ratio on the video.
Yeah, it's.
On this,
You're fine over here. It's not cutting you off. It's
on
just.
that, it's completely different than what you actually
Oh well,
see.
that's good. It's just the camera on the
Yeah,
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then we're good. Do I look thinner?
you
A
do.
little bit.
What about now?
So skinny.
No.
Hotter than Monica
Crazier.
Swimmer's body.
Ooh.
What
Johnny
show is that
Bravo.
from? Liz McGuire.
I don't know.
Liz McGuire. Too much headroom. Oh my gosh. Oh shush.
There'll be more headroom when I
Who's
get up there
saying
too.
too much headroom?
I don't know.
I disagree with that.
Ted.
Then don't.
Do you
Oh,
know how many
Russ said
people
that.
are tuning on yet?
Currently 52 at the
We
moment.
don't need to talk about those things out loud.
Nice.
It hasn't
that's
started
good.
yet. It
It's
always
just like how much?
accepted a bit.
None.
I was thinking about having Gabe Clorox wipe my body as I walked up there. Is that okay?
That's fine.
That's too close.
Bring one
Your
up
whole
if you
body?
want to do the mic. Your whole
I might take the full 30.
It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of
Do lift
Clorox
that up for me.
wipes.
You do it right, it will.
Sweet.
Are you gonna be sitting there the whole time?
I am, yes, because I have to write down all the comments.
Okay, so I can sit over here.
Yes, you can sit wherever you want.
Well, but
Really
these guys gotta
concerned
sit
about
somewhere.
that.
That's why, yeah. I mean, the whole couch is for you guys,
Okay.
but you know, comments,
I mean,
they
it'll be
usually
interesting
stand.
to see.
You watch TV?
You didn't like sitting next to me.
You watch TV before or
Not turning on. No, the remotes are far away from you, Ron. You cannot watch TV.
The other option would be to just
Less
pull that little
distracting
thing back a
background.
bit.
Well, we did that last time, and it was people asked for it to be closer so they could actually see our faces better, because you couldn't really see like
Oh.
faces. And then there's more of the background. Is this the same dude from
Now I'm talking to someone.
Want me to get that picture?
No, she said. So we didn't move it quite yet.
Give me your dog. I want your dog.
Yeah, the less distracting background, guys.
Okay.
Yes, actually.
Just leave it around.
Nice.
It doesn't matter.
Put the user in timeout.
Okay.
Put you in timeout.
Ted is hard to be satisfied like a girl at prom.
Is that what he said?
That's what Nathan said.
Oh, nice. Hey,
Haley made it!
Yay! Is she on a date again?
Yeah, it's time. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do you want me to intro you?
Who's rich? Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
What do we? Oh, great outside shooter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do that one.
Okay, cool.
My favorite one. That people just.
Hey, welcome to the Corona Crazy Comedy Club. It's me, your host and feature, Mike Coletta. Oh, co-host. This is my radio voice. Please silence your cell phones.
They can't hear the stream.
Don't forget to tip your wait staff. That's yourself. Treat yourself is what I'm telling you to do. And with that, we're going to bring up your first comedian of the evening. Please, great outside shooter, co-host of the Huck Life podcast, dear friend. Please welcome Monica Nevi. Professional puts the mic down.
Yes. Thank you. Keep it going for Mike. He did a great job hosting, Mike.
Yeah.
We're really getting into it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching our live stream comedy show. They're already having a problem back there. Can you pay attention, please? Thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're in your underwear or whatever you're doing. It's just my parents here again, watching us do this. So it's exciting. Thanks, Dad. You can donate if you want to. Anyways, our living room to yours. We're going to do some jokes for you. I like my family. I'm glad that they're here. If you don't know that much about me, I'm from Renton, Washington. If you don't know Renton, there's a big Boeing plant that was there. Jimi Hendrix is from there. And me, that's it. That's all we got. And I don't know if you've ever gone home and had something speak to you so much where you're just like, this is home, right? I got home for the holidays. It's a Monday night. We go to a bar downtown Renton. There's a 60-year-old woman hammered drunk. So they kick her out of the bar. And she goes to her car and changes her shirt so that she can come back in the bar. The most beautiful part to me was we could see the whole thing. And as she came through the door, the bartender was like, you know what? A for effort. Get back in here. Let's do this. That's why my parents are drinking Bud Lights. Good deal. I like my family. Some people don't like their families. I don't know if you knew that. I like my family. People always want to know about your family, right? What kind of family are you guys? Are you a church family? Are you a cat family? Like we're a Bud Light family. I have a Bud Light tattoo and a Corona tattoo, which was not an issue until a week ago. What did I say last week? Corona, it's a beer. It's not a problem unless you share it with the wrong person. I have a stepson now. He is 6. Which is new for me to have any type of children, and it turns out parents are me now. That's not good. I'm actually older than some of the parents we've run into. It's terrifying, honestly. And kids are so innocent, they don't know what it's like. Like when I was a kid, I thought it would be so cool if my parents were best friends with my best friend's parents, right? No. This is what's happening. We'll get some of these kids coming up to me and they're very sweet and they're like, oh, we could have a play date and then you could hang out with my parents and you guys could be best friends too. And I'm like, what's your name again? Diesel Freedom? Yeah, we're not going to be friends. That's not going to work out. And I'm 30. I turned 30 in February. And again, I am a bit older than some of the parents that we run into. And it's a weird... So millennials as parents isn't a good thing. Millennials as people, you guys weren't really on board with anyways, as it were. So like I remember when I was a kid and people would be like, your mom has a tattoo? Oh my God, what a slut. And now it's like your mom's only got one neck tattoo? All right, what a nerd. And it's still us. We're still doing the things we were doing before, I think, as millennials, but as parents, you know what I mean? They're still skateboarding, and then you're upset that your kid wants to ride a scooter instead of skate or whatever. I work comedy clubs that are often other things, like living rooms. I was working in a club that, of course, turned into a nightclub, a dance club afterwards, and everyone in the dance club after the show was my age or older. It's still us. It's not like the younger generation is now going to the club. It's still us listening to Lil Jon and whatnot, getting low, a little less low at this point, but and then we still do this thing. It's like come in with a lady friend. She's got a nice tight dress on, her heels, and then her boyfriend is wearing a tracksuit that doesn't match each other. There's less effort happening. It's still us. It looks like a bunch of soccer moms went to a party and brought themselves as a snack. That's what thank you. I'm waiting for that one to work. All right. Can't tell. Millennials, tell me if you liked it. Oh, man. I like the idea of children because then you have more family, because I like my family, then you have more family, right? I'm also terrified to have him around my family, to be honest. They're weird people. You saw my dad earlier.
What?
They're fun, but they're weird. But they're good people. I thought I was going to be them. I thought I was going to grow up to be them. I thought I was going to be my mom, and that is not what's happening. Nothing. She does marathons on purpose. That's on my list of things not to do. She loves soap operas. That's her favorite thing, soap operas. I don't know if you've seen these shows. They're ridiculous. It's like this chick is pregnant by this guy, but she's going to marry this guy, and he thinks it's his baby. So she's talking to the best friend about it, who's on witness protection, of course. And the boyfriend could walk in at any time, and what do you know? He does. And he's looking back and forth. You're like, oh my gosh, does he know that she's a whore? Does he know that she's a criminal? And I look over at my mom, and she's like, yeah, that makes sense. And the guy's looking back and forth. You're like, what is he going to say? And he goes, I'm going to go get takeout. And that's when Mom loses it. She goes, oh. I said, what? She goes, they never cook. And of all that's what upset you, they don't cook. Days of Our Lives, that's her show. Days of Our Lives. She's been watching that show for 60 years probably at this point. Since she was in elementary school. And this year was the first, you and the math every time. God. I said Mashwin was 56 last week, and she got very upset about that. Look, I'm dealing with my own aging process as well, okay? She's been watching it for a long time, and this year was the first year that I had to come home and tell her that someone on the show passed away. And I got home and I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, did you hear? Stefano passed away. And she went, he's done that before. It's like, not that kind. Not that kind. They might cancel it. They might cancel Days of Our Lives. I know that because she texted me to tell me. She's very nervous about it. Oh my gosh, they might cancel Days of Our Lives. And she goes, but weird stuff's going on. Stefano lurking in the background. I was like, Mom, that actor really died. And she was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. I'm going to assume people laughed at that because the joke wasn't about them. Also, my other audience is comics that are about to go on stage, so they're just pacing in my kitchen right now. Which is fine. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got a couple minutes left. We'll be good. Any requests? Or you got some comments? Well, maybe I'll explain that part too. So, if you're on the live chat, if you're on the comments, you can say stuff. If Erin deems it important, she will yell it out at us. Or at the end, we can do a little bit of comment work. Also, on Thursday, I did a live stream kind of Q&A thing, and we decided to do a collective joke. Some of my favorite artists are also quarantined, because we all are, right? So my favorite artist is Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine, and she posted on Instagram that she wanted to do a collective poem. So everybody would comment a different line, and she made a really beautiful poem. So I let everyone comment a different thing. So I was going to put a joke together, and I will share it after Mike's set. And it is fucking ridiculous, you guys. It is. I got the weirdest. None of it makes sense together, but we'll see how it goes. But I will share it in a bit, the collective joke. Unless we have one, I'll take a request. I'll do whatever, you guys. Excuse me. This is my living room. I'll burp if I want to. No. We can go to comments. Or, I don't know, what other... Here's what keeps happening. I do have new material that I'm terrified to try out on a phone. But also, I write my jokes down in my phone, which we're using to film this. So I can't see them, and I don't know what they are. Besides the Diesel Freedom one, which I think worked pretty well. Okay, thank you. It's more of a workshop that you guys get to see. You guys think you're just tagging it from the back. Erin, we got any comments?
Yes.
Okay.
One, Haley's mom is from Renton.
Oh, hell yeah.
We like Haley. Yay
We do
for
like
Haley.
Haley. She's been watching. She came to shows. Renton. Oh, Renton. Where did your mom go to high school? Maybe she knows my dad. I am one of those families that we all went to the same damn school. Hazen. We went to Hazen High School. If there's any Hazen Highlanders, not raisins, out there. Do you want me to tell? My father graduated in 1977. He is the Fox of 1977. If you've heard of him.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. This is how we figured this out. One time before a tailgate, because me and my best friend Troy, super into tailgating when we were in high school, right? We had to get there early to make sure the cheerleaders didn't take our tailgating spot. We were trying to make a flag for the game, got distracted by my father's yearbooks. If you're looking for things to do this week during quarantine, find your own yearbooks or find your parents' yearbooks and read what people wrote in them. Holy shit. So we start reading what was written in his yearbook. You saw my dad earlier. If you haven't been watching my comedy, he's a fun guy, okay? We're reading them out loud, and this lady was like, "Oh, you're so handsome, and I'll always remember you as the Fox of 77. And then we read it out loud to him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that chick was weird." And that's all he said about it. And then, but they could do so much different things in their yearbooks. Their senior beverage was beer, and I was like, that's not appropriate to write in a yearbook. Well, I don't know. I'm a millennial. Ours was kombucha.
So, Haley's mom said graduated from Lindbergh in '87.
Oh, a bit younger. Also went to Lindbergh. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, what beer is in your cup? It does not look like Bud Light.
It's not Bud Light. It is an IPA and Dayglow. One of those. Glow Day. Glow Day Saturday.
Okay,
Hashtag
and
Glow Day.
then someone wanted you to mention to tell people to go directly to YouTube and stream directly from there instead of on your page because you can't do it on like TV or something. Like you can't stream.
Yeah.
So they just wanted.
Cool, that's perfect. Yeah, if you just want to watch the video where you're at, great. But that website, monicanevy.com/livestream, if you click on the video, you can go to YouTube that way, and that'll give you the live chat, and you can put it on your TV or whatever else you need to do. That's just, we got to make it as simple as possible, okay, you guys?
That might be why it said that there was so much headroom.
Is it?
Because on YouTube, it's this. On your page, it might be what's on your phone.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, okay. And then if you need help, at Monica Nevi is the Venmo, but also the donation button is on monicanevy.com/livestream. There's 2 donation buttons, just in case you missed the first one. It goes to the same place, though.
Okay, so another one that was weird. So for your Corona tattoo,
Yeah.
if you got it covered up or enhanced, what would you add to it?
Why would I ever fucking do that? It's the best tattoo in the world. What are you talking about? What would I do? I would put someone's head under it. I'll show you.
Oh,
I
it's
get-
a crown.
Yeah, it's the crown. Oh, you can't see it. There's too many clothes on. It's just the crown. It doesn't say Corona, even though we did talk about getting the word cousins tattooed on us in the Corona font. We didn't do that though. Only because 2 of them are brother and sister. So I'd get my own face underneath it, so it looked like I was wearing a crown.
On here, a person named Gabriel Rutledge commented, "Hey."
That was private.
My kitchen.
It's all right. Well, I think this is a safe space, okay? We want everyone to feel comfortable, so if you need to just kind of figure out how things work, you go for it. And Gabe is...
That was my last comment.
See how are we gonna heckle each other via the comments? Hey, work with, why did you do that? Oh my goodness. All right, let's get moving on. Let's move on to our next comic. One of my favorites, one of my best friends. He's also the co-host. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna fix this. He's the co-host of the Hug Life podcast, very popular. I've walked one guest. I think my dad has to pee. Anyways, make some noise in your own living rooms for Mike Coletta.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, hello. Oh, this is exciting. Look at this sweet DVD collection. I'm auctioning one of these off during this. Is that okay with everybody? Who wants Pitch Perfect?
As long as it's not Harry Potter.
No, you keep.
Man, I tell you about myself. Food is my vice. You know, like some people have a rough day at work, they go home, drink a couple beers, you know, smoke a cigarette, maybe fight on Facebook. I don't know what you do in your spare time. I have a rough day. I like to go home and eat between 3 to 5 Totino's party pizzas. Yeah, some people are like, Mike, it's not a party if you're alone. And I'm like, actually, Greg, it is a party. Because I dress the boxes up like people. Pam Pepperoni, Susan Supreme, Karen Combo. Yeah, that's a 3-to-1 girl-guy ratio at my party. What's up? But it's still a sausage fest. It's gonna be silly like that for 10 minutes. That's what it's gonna be like. Man, a lot more O's from Pam. This feels so personal. I like it, actually. I'm a big fan of chain restaurants. My favorite restaurant of all time. I will go there every time. Denny's. Yeah. It's my Narnia. It's my favorite place, okay? I had something kind of weird happen at Denny's recently, though, where I had the same server. I had a different Denny's restaurant location 2 days before. Same server. 2 different Denny's. Within 2 days, guess what? She definitely recognized me. She was like, oh my God, I swear I am just filling in. And I'm like, you shouldn't be the one ashamed. Been at this Denny's twice in 1 week and you caught me. Congratulations. The human body's not designed to handle as much moons over my hammy, okay? Hey, can you just send like a lol my way to know if I'm getting laughs in the comments?
No, you're great.
I got a laugh emoji.
Lots
I get
of emojis.
laugh emojis. Good. Feels good. Feels good.
They're mostly Gabe, but yeah.
They're all Gabe. Thank you, Gabe. That's all I
laughing
need.
out loud. He's
You just do. What we should do is have a screen popped up with the comments so I can just see the faces going down, so it doesn't feel like I'm screaming into a void.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 so far. LOLs just since.
Thank you. Take that, Haley, who said I had a face for radio. Yeah, I read that comment. Hurt my feelings, Haley. Why are you doing that? I just got here. Oh.
Is that the Lindbergh chick?
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Ron just said, is that a Lindbergh chick? That's what he said. I think I got the Ron tone pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you. Oh, man. From Alaska originally, born and raised in Alaska. You know, it's hard to grow up there as a kid because they have food commercials on TV for restaurants that are not in Alaska. Yeah, it's fat kid torture is what it is. I moved down to Auburn, Washington, first day. My mom's like, you kids want to drive up and see the Space Needle? I'm like, fuck that. We're going to Olive Garden right now. Getting the Malibu, Jackie. We're doing this, okay? Been staring at these breadsticks the last 13 years of my life. My body is ready. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just pretending there's people in the audience. Just pretending and it feels good. Oh, man. It feels like I'm practicing stand-up comedy in a mirror, which is interesting. I like this a lot, actually. This is I might do this more often. Might buy my own mic. Perform for my cat. We're doing this for my cat tonight. This is a Delilah fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
We didn't say...
I didn't say it was, sorry.
There's Delilah, there's Gabe's cats, Buddy and Dawn. All right, and any other pets we want to mention?
No, but we have 4 children.
I guess 4 children, fine. But the cats are Gabe. Gabe. The cats are Gabe and my cats, Dawn, Buddy, and Delilah. Okay. Trying to lose weight right now. I don't need to lose weight because all of my undershirt tank tops have started to feel like sports bras. That's the first sign. This is really tight and it's uncomfortable, but I feel supported when I run. So kind of in a weird spot right now. My mom's really sweet. She learned I want to lose weight and she got me a membership to a gym, but it was a mall gym. Like a gym in a mall with giant plastic windows that go all the way around. Yeah, it's less a gym and more a fat aquarium, I found out. Little kids are just tapping on the glass while I work out like, hey, look at his man boobs bounce. Like, I learned I'm too lazy to run on a treadmill for 30 minutes, but I will tackle a small child like a cheetah for a Cinnabon. I don't give a shit, okay? My mom's weird at gifting. This is a new joke. My mom's really weird at gifting, okay? It's weird because Monica's right there, so I have to tell her.
I know what's new and what isn't.
I know.
I've been for years.
We've only been doing the road together for like 6 years. My mom is bad at gifts. So, for example, when I got my first apartment, it was in Renton, actually. Okay, just so you know, local stuff by the landing. Okay, and I got a coffee table, and I was super excited because I built it from IKEA. You know, $20. Took an hour. I did it first try. It felt pretty good. Okay, and then my mom comes over and she's like, "You don't have any coasters." And I'm like, I'm a 23-year-old man who needs a coaster. You know what I mean? It's for my kid. She's like, I'm like, but you know what? That's fine. She's like, I'll get you coasters as a gift. I'm like, that's super sweet. What a sweet mom gift. I love you so much, Jackie. This will be great, right? And then she came back 2 days later with a gallon-sized Ziploc bag full of cardboard coasters she had stolen from various chain restaurants in the Puget Sound area. Like, my mom is public enemy number 1 at Red Robin, is what I've learned. Coaster klepto, but I love her so much. It's hard to getting older. Like, I'm trying to lose weight, but I keep getting gray hairs now. I'm getting gray hairs all over my face, which is rough, you know. I don't think I'm getting older. More, I'm slowly becoming a wizard. That's what's happening, you know. I actually met a wizard in real life. I was at a coffee shop in Seattle, but not Starbucks because I'm pretty hip, you know. And I was there, and the guy was writing. He had a robe, and he had a big hat on, and he had a staff, like a wizard staff, but it had like a carving of an eagle on it, but it looked kind of shitty. Like he tried to do it himself or he got ripped off on Etsy. One of those two things happened. And I'm looking at this guy and he just, boom, makes eye contact with me. And I look at him and I'm like, and he goes, come here. And I'm like, I've been chosen. Like, what's going to happen? And I go up to the wizard and he's like, hello, good sir. My name is Eric. Like, all the wizard names in the world. You went with Eric? Voldemort, Dumbledore, Saruman, Eric. I don't want to join Eric's fellowship, is what I'm saying, you know? Because Gandalf was like, you shall not pass! And Eric's like, you guys can't come in here, okay? You guys can't do that. It's not okay. Sorry. I play a lot of video games. It's kind of my body type. A video game body, a lot of couch hours, a lot of time put into this. I was playing this video game online, total stranger. Do not know this person. And he's like, hey man! You're not taking this seriously. This is Call of Duty. And I was like, dude, I'm in my underwear eating pizza rolls right now. Like, I'm sorry I ruined your imaginary war. Just brush the Cheeto dust off my stomach and get in the game, I guess. Don't really know what to do. I did more video game jokes that were related more with Pam and Ron. You know, a lot of video game material. It's good stuff. Try to just play the hits, you know, everybody would. I found out this thing about me recently, my yearly activity. I actually don't know if you two do this. I love going to the fair. Do you like the Puyallup Fair? Uh-huh. I also refuse to call it the Washington State Fair. I refuse. It's do the Puyallup, and you tell people that, and they're confused, and it's way better, okay? But my favorite sport takes place at the fair, and that sport is called mutton busting.
Oh.
Yeah, if you don't know what this is, it's when they take kids ages 6 to 10, and they put them in flak jackets. And they put them in full cage catcher face masks from like baseball, right? And they pick them up and they put them on a sheep. And it's a little kid sheep rodeo. That's right. It combines my two favorite things, adorable farm animals and children getting hurt in funny ways. It is amazing. It's my favorite thing in the world. And you bet there's a commissioner of mutton busting, okay? And before it even starts, he's like, hey, want to let y'all know, these kids sign up to ride a mutton. They don't have to. They signed a contract to ride a sheep. They are not legally obligated to ride said sheep. One more time, they sign up to ride, they don't gotta ride. This dude said that 9 times before mutton busting even started, which makes me think that wasn't always the policy. Like in the early 90s, he's like, no, Timmy, you signed the dotted line. Now you gotta ride our fiercest mutton. Bring out Merrill Sheep. Let's do this. I hit the background. I hit the sign. Yeah, I got really into it.
Nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed? Everything's fine? Everything's fine? Oh, I hit our brick backdrop for this comedy club. Now I want to design a comedy club with a living room aesthetic to it. Just this blinds, this furniture, everywhere, pictures of people we don't know. It'll be fun. Get rid of the old comedy club aesthetic. Okay. Oh, wait, we're at 5. Do we have comments?
Well, that's
So many.
That's your light at 9 if you wanted to do it.
Oh, if I wanted to do another joke, I'll tell one more joke. I have a girlfriend. Surprise! My girlfriend. She's beautiful. I love her so much. We want to have special pet names for one another recently, because everyone calls each other like honey or boo or sweetie. I'm like, no, we need to say something that represents our love. And that's the moment that she called me Rumbly Cake. Yeah, Rumbly Cake is a terrible pet name. Ron knows what's up. Rumbly Cake sounds like I have severe digestive issues. Like we're in the bedroom together. She's like, "Do you want to do this, Rumbly Cake?" I'm like, "Do not touch me. I'll poop. What are you doing? Don't poke the bear. Walk away." Right? But in my mind, a pet name, you say honey, sweetie, or snuggle, and just chuck something on the end of it, and I have to call her one back, and I panicked, and I called her Honey Bucket.
Oh.
Yeah. Definitely a porta potty company. Hey, let's do some comments. I'm ready. Do we got comments?
So many.
All right.
All right, someone said he's finally watching comedy without pants or judgment.
Oh, that's nice. That makes me feel happy. Good for you, sir. Do it up.
Someone said this is making my day.
Oh, that's so
These
sweet.
are all during your set, so this is all.
This is all my set and none of Monica's
None of
set.
Monica's
Take that, Monica.
People are liking you.
That's nice. Take that,
praise-
Haley.
Praise Saint Delilah.
Yes, Saint Delilah.
For the gray hairs migrating south.
Oh, I haven't looked down south yet. Should I analyze that?
Someone's
Monica's giving me a weird look. Like, you should look down south?
Not right now.
Not now.
Curly, this became a whole different show.
No, that's not what I meant. But you don't like check?
No, I don't even think about that.
Someone also mentioned your balls in a different joke.
My ball specifically?
Just wait until you get older and have wizard balls.
Oh, like they turn into crystals and you can see shit through them? That sounds nice. I can see your future.
It's
Juvenile.
lower.
They're hanging lower. They wear a robe. They have a beard. Ooh, all sorts of things.
I already have a beard.
Mutton busting sounds rough.
Mutton busting is rough. It's weird. It's what like kids do too. And I've met people at shows that have been like, I mutton busted for like 6 years, and they were like super into it. And I was like, oh, that's crazy.
6 years.
Yeah, like they did it from like the full age of like 5 to 11 or whatever. Because they're a tiny kid, they can keep doing it. They're cheating. They're juicing. You know, these kids drinking 4 Capri Suns before they get on the sheep. I can't handle it.
Picturing a 17-year-old doing it.
He just shaved his mustache so he could get on the sheep. Oh boy.
Okay, and then have you ever tried deep fried butter?
Yes, that's another part of that joke that I didn't do.
Yeah, they're
Have
asking
you do it?
they're asking what your favorite like.
My
fair
favorite
foods are.
fair foods are brick of curly fries and then just so many scones. Like that's kind of what we do every time is I get like all the scones
So
I can possibly get.
You're a sweets dessert.
A sweets dessert, but I tried deep fried butter. We waited in line for like 45 minutes because all of their fryers went down, and then we got them, and it wasn't done all the way through, so I just ate butter because it's supposed to be melted into the batter, and I just was eating butter in a shell.
That's
It was
what
still
someone
good.
said.
It was still really good.
They're like, deep fried butter is good if it melts fully. You don't want a frozen butter ball in the center.
See, I still ate it with that frozen butter ball, and it was good. And that's why I'm on a diet now.
Said scones, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Scones? They don't know about scones? The Fisher, right, is the brand, Fisher scones, and they're like $1.25 per scone, and they're so good. Such good raspberry jam
A
inside.
bag of 21 or something.
Yeah, you can get a bag of a bunch of them. They're so good. Go to the Fisher trucks. They're all over the place. Anything else?
Okay, and then someone said you haven't lived until you sweet kick a toddler when mom ain't looking.
Hashtag mutton bust.
Is that from the perspective of the sheep? That's what it sounds like. That's what the sheeps are thinking. Because there's sheeps that are like too sheeps. There are sheep that are too rough, and they kick them along. They're like, no, this one's unsafe because it's like a dickhead sheep.
Like bull riding when you're like, oh, that one's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
they're
crazy.
like, this sheep's crazy. We can't let him have it. All right, is that it?
That's it.
I think we did it.
Everyone just loves you.
I'm Mike Coletta. Thank you so much. Let's get Monica back on up here. Elbows.
Yay! Keep it going for Mike Coletta. You're featured this time, not just good. You guys are really figuring it out.
Keeping it going.
All right, keeping it going. All right, we're almost to your headliner, but as promised, I did a collective joke. If you're just tuning in, we did a collective joke based on comments from a live stream I did on Thursday, and I'm gonna tell you the rough draft is what it is. It's the rough draft. Should I read the list of things afterwards? Probably, not before. Yeah, thanks, Dad. Okay. What's happening? I want to know what's going on in the comments.
Russ, I know Russ.
All right, okay. First of all, social distancing, that's not what this joke is about, but it's a thing now, which I think we should just continue to maintain because we went to the store earlier and this guy was so close to us that I was like, it would be uncomfortable anyway, so I think we should do that. Here's the thing, though. I like to eavesdrop. I like to listen to other people's conversations because I like to judge people. I think we are all doing that. That's why you're watching this, okay? So I was at the Nordstrom's anniversary sale, right? Lady in front of me chatting with the cashier for no reason. They're just wasting time. It's one of the older ladies. I was getting my car fixed the other day, and they kept moving her to the next line to be like, oh no, this guy's gonna help you. Every time she went up, she was like, okay, the car is in my son's name, and his father died when he went to the Korean War. Every single time. I'm 83. Okay, and they're like, all right, ma'am, well, actually you need to talk to Doug. And she's like, okay, the car is in my son's name, and my husband died in the Korean War, and then every single time. So similar situation, Nordstrom's anniversary sale, because I was given that word. And there is a lady in front of me, and they're talking for too long, right? But interesting story is what it comes down to, because I'm listening. I want to know what's going on. This woman ends up sleeping with a schizophrenic police officer. Right, thank you, Pam. Funny line anyways. Right? Because she ran over a traffic cone. That was the only reason he had stopped her. It was because she ran over a traffic cone. The traffic cone was in someone's house. But how her car got in there, not sure. So that's your way out of a ticket, right? Okay, maybe you're going to offer something. I've never heard of anyone doing that, but that's what this lady's telling the clerk at Nordstrom's. Why? I don't know. Because she wants to waste time, I suppose, right? It's late at night, so she offers him her fourth meal, right? Which is her vagina. And turns out the officer's name is Dwight Schrute, actually, which is hilarious. He's a beat cop. Thank you. Anyone? Any Office fans? I was pretty proud of that. Okay. They don't know The Office. In The Office, Dwight Schrute is a character. He owns a beet farm. He is so he's a beat cop. Okay. Anybody else that was confused? It's a good, I might keep that, honestly. That's pretty good. Maybe the dumbest joke I've ever written, but.
Worked on Aaron.
Well, yeah, she loves The Office. It's a good show.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. I
Yeah!
have a shirt that says that.
Nice. Anyways, at the end of this story, what happens? I don't know. Okay. I don't, this is disjointed now because I got distracted. The other words I got were a banana boat sunscreen, which I love. It reminds me of a boat of bananas. And then it was the Sears Tower and the pyramids of Giza, and who had built those things, which reminded me, have you ever watched one of those videos of construction in Japan where it takes like a day and they finish it and then it's a skyscraper at the end? And here it takes us like 3 months to build a building and then it's a 7-Eleven and that's it. And you're like, great, good job everybody, we did a good job. So the builders of the pyramids of Giza, they gotta be aliens, right? Probably. You're gonna tell me that aliens didn't build the pyramids? That is crazy. And now they're here to kill us with the coronavirus. Okay, we did it. Kind of. I like some of that, honestly. I think that worked out well. Okay. Not to derail the momentum that we just got going, but your headliner's ready, I think. I'm so excited he's here. He made it to my living room, and now he's going to come to your living room via this live stream. You've seen him on Comedy Central. He's won a bunch of competitions. He's absolutely hilarious. Make some noise right now, literally in your own living room, for Gabriel Rutledge!
Thank you so much. Kind of a jerk to really milk that applause from 4 people taking my time. This sadly is not the worst show I've done this month. I also I want to compliment you. I've never seen this kind of screen that didn't have at least one missing or turned the wrong way. I'm legit impressed. My wife and I lived in an apartment with one of these, and it looked like, I don't know, a hockey player's mouth, pretty much. So I'm very impressed with that. Hey, how's everyone's pandemic going? Pretty good? All right. Yeah, crazy times, but you know what? Sometimes you need a crisis, right, to realize what's important in your life. And Not to get emotional right up top, but this has been one of those weeks where I realized something important to me that I never realized, and that is that I love touching my face. It's very important to me. It's one of the great joys of my life. I never realized it until about 5 days ago, but I love it. If you've never seen me before, this is what I look like. I know what you can tell what you look like based on the questions people ask you, which is why I know what I look like. I look like a guy who has a lighter. That's what I look like. I don't have a lighter. People are very disappointed when I don't have the lighter. They're like, why do you look like that? Like, is it your first day undercover? Which kind of is my vibe, by the way. First day undercover. Like I bought a wig, like, you kids blaze up doobies? Which I know, we're in Washington State right now. It is legal to smoke marijuana, but I am old and it will never feel legal to me. That's an age thing. Under 30, walking down the street with a lit joint. Over 30, we're like, this shit's going away. This whole thing's a setup. I'm gonna go in the alley. I'm more comfortable doing it in there. I like to get high behind a dumpster. It feels right. Did you hear something? That's how I know I'm having a good time. Now that it's legal, I mean, does it make you paranoid? I don't even know. I'll say this, I'm not gonna judge anyone's vice. But maybe cut back on the pot before you get a stoner laugh.
Too late.
Monica just demonstrated the stoner laugh reference. No, just saying it's a game changer. It's like having a neck tattoo. It will affect your employment. No one is interviewing for vice president of anything who's like, that's just not, you know. What are my biggest weaknesses? No one's. But I'm jealous because I enjoy alcohol, and I'm jealous of pot smokers. They have way better branding. First of all, they're like, it's medicinal. I'm like, yeah, not the way you do it, but like, yeah, you're a health nut. Good for you. I shouldn't have coughed. I just freaked everyone out watching. I should not have coughed. I should have picked a better set list that was more appropriate for these times. I apologize. Everything's fine. Tough time to have allergies, by the way. Tough time to have allergies. Like, achoo! Oh, sweet Jesus. Also, pot smokers are smart enough to rhyme things, which I'm very jealous of. You'll hear pot smokers say stuff like, do you wake and bake? You ever wake and bake, bro? I'm like, well, what an adorable name for doing drugs in the morning. I'm trying to get booze and snooze to catch on. It's not. I recently lost not really enough weight to clap for. Perfect. Nothing? Pam, Ron, nothing from you guys?
I didn't think we were supposed to.
I don't normally name my audience by name, but it's a pandemic. Here we are. Can't wait till I get to my sexting jokes later in front of Monica's parents. I know. You were the silver fox of 77. You gotta,
Silver?
well, no, now you're a silver fox, then you were a fox. You used to sext on an Etch-a-Sketch? Is that what? What'd you send me? Nothing.
Square boobs.
Square boobs, yeah. I know. That's back in the Etch-a-Sketch days. We thought vaginas looked like stairs. It was a dark time. It's a dark time. 77 remembers. I got distracted.
Oh, God.
By the way, if you don't get that excited that I lost weight, because it will be back. I already ate 2 weeks worth of food in 4 days. It's an emergency. I'm going to need carbs. But here's the thing. This is how I got motivated to lose weight. And by the way, everyone who is in shape, they're like, what's your fitness goal? So I think I have a fitness goal. I didn't know I did, but I do. I would like to be able to show a picture of myself without a shirt on and not have people call it brave. That's my fitness goal. I've been empowering people and I'm tired of it. I posted a beach photo on Facebook once and everyone commented like, good for you. I'm like, wait, I have good for you body? Shit. Here's how it happened, though. This is how I got motivated to lose weight. I got an email from Amazon, and the email said, based on your recent activity, we thought you might be interested in this. And it was a picture of a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, which honestly I've never not been a little bit interested in. Unless Amazon's been reading my journal, I don't know how they know that. Like, based on what recent activity? That's what made me mad. I'm like, it's not like, oh, I ordered a case of bean dip, so this makes sense. I've actually never ordered food from Amazon, ever. I think it's because I ordered an extra large shirt, and then I returned it, and exchanged it for a double extra large shirt. That's when the hurtful algorithm kicks in. Amazon's like, yeah, this is the kind of customer who would enjoy chips being mailed to his home. And then 2 days, I thought I was done. I wasn't. 2 days after that hurtful email, out of nowhere, Cinnabon started following me on Twitter. I was like, why? Why? Cinnabon, did Amazon tell you about the shirt? Is that what's happening? Am I on an internet fat list? What's happening? Cyberbullying's real. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
It's real and it's effective because that's the day I decided, you know what? After I get those chips in the mail, it's time for better choices. I'm trying. I'm 46. Sometimes when I'm not this close to a camera, I look younger. From Google Earth, I could be a toddler. But you guys can see the truth. My face is in my 40s, my hair's in my 20s. It's a confusing look. I look like if Jesus lived longer. That's good. I hope you all knew he died. I didn't mean to spoiler it. He comes back towards, I don't want to ruin it. Some of you are in quarantine, you're like, I'm finally going to read the Bible, and I just ruined it for you. I apologize. It gets weird at the end. Don't go to the end. You got to start at the beginning. 46, which is the oldest I've been. And today's the youngest I'm ever going to be for the rest of my life. And yeah, these are thoughts I had one night on an edible. Which is a long night. I spent the whole night just staring in the mirror like, no, this is the oldest I've been. No, this is the oldest I've been. No, this is the oldest I've been. Finally, I was like, I gotta stop thinking and go back to drinking. That's my lane. I gotta stay in it. That should be the anti-marijuana commercial. Just like, what do you want to think all night? Brought to you by alcohol. Welcome home. 46, which means I'm like 4 years away from caring about birds. Pam, Ron, we good? Did that one hurt? We're fine? Okay, good.
We got hummingbird feeders.
You got a hummingbird feeder? All right. No shame. I'm almost there. I'm not going to judge you. Look, right now, I don't care about birds. But any day now, I'm the right age. Any day now, I'm just going to wake up and be like, what was that? Was that a yellow-thrusted warbler? Honey, get my vest. I know some people probably are laughing right now, but I know some people are like, good luck finding a warbler this time of year. And you're probably right. 4 years away from caring about birds, 5 years away from hating squirrels. I believe that's my future.
Yes.
Everyone I know in their 50s stares out their window all day, just squirrel, son of a bitch! Get out of my bird feeder! Which is weird, because I don't think they know it's a bird feeder. That's not actually how nature works. Like, no animal walks up to a pile of food and goes like, is this for me? Are these warbler treats? I'll back off. Well, I don't have a look that says I'm doing well financially. Which I knew, but it was confirmed. I was at the grocery store. Checker was ringing up my stuff. She got to my bag of apples, and she was like, sir, just to let you know, these apples are pretty expensive. And I was like, wow, do I look like I don't have apple money? I'm like, oh, I want them. I've been saving up. I had my eye on that bag of apples for a long time. I said, someday, God willing, those apples are going to be mine. Today's that day. I just cashed in a war bond. Why don't you ring them up? She was like, they're $4 a pound. I'm like, I saw a sign, did not come here to do math. She's like, okay, these apples are $20.13. Are you sure you want them? And I was like, yeah, I want some of them. I'll take an apple. Not the big one, put that one back. And that's when I sadly realized she had profiled me correctly. I'm doing all right. I don't have Honeycrisp money. I have Honeycrisp taste and a Red Delicious budget. That would be my Tinder bio if my wife leaves me. Well, I accidentally bought organic. That's what the problem was. Which, yeah, I should have noticed. But by the way, you never accidentally buy organic when you use the self-checkout. Just a little shopping tip. You know, that's if your budget's a little tight, a lot of stuff looks like a banana. You know what I mean? Boop, bring it up. It's fine. Although I wouldn't be able to pull it off because I've never actually done self-checkout by myself one time. I've never pulled it off. People have to come help me. Sometimes more than one. A guy with keys showed up last time. He was mad. He's like, "Oh, what did you do?" I start off good. I get a couple items, and then it's like unauthorized item in bagging area. And I'm like, I think it's me. I don't work here. But I'm trying to avoid the checker. I don't want to talk to the checker. It's a hurtful conversation. They want to say how your night's going to go based on what you're buying. It's like, oh, duct tape and Pepto-Bismol. Looks like, how about you put it in the bag? Which, I don't know why I picked those two ingredients. I don't know. I guess if the Pepto doesn't work out, it ends tonight. One way or another, this ends tonight. This is my least favorite, when the checkout person is like, if you get a candy bar, and they'll be like, did you want me to leave this out for you?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I would like to fish it out of the bag in my car like a fat, filthy animal. That's what I would like to do. That's what I deserve. I've been with my wife since I was 19. Sometimes people clap then, but I forgot this was a different time. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I was doing the math.
You were doing the math? Yeah, it's a long time. I was 4 when you were the Fox of Renton.
77.
I know, I was born in 73.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Sometimes math hurts. It's not my fault.
It really does.
Anyway, 19. I wish my wife and I were high school sweethearts because that's adorable to be high school sweethearts. We did not quite make that. We were community college sweethearts. Which they don't usually make that movie, do they? No. Community college sweethearts sounds like we were already used to not getting our first choice. That's what that sounds like. Look, I had girlfriends in high school. I did pretty good in the church youth group. I'm not on this live stream to dry hump and tell, but I did okay. I've chafed it up. You can't go back, by the way, you can't. Once you've moved on from dry humping, no couple ever is like, what do you say for old time's sake? No, it's done. That's a brief moment in time that's done. They were very concerned with premarital sex in my church much earlier than I was even concerned with it, because in junior high, they'd be like, avoid temptation. I'd be like, how do you get temptation to talk to you? Is there a line where I could be tempted? I'd like to see what I'm made of. And then later, they were like, I don't even know if people know what this term means. They were like, avoid heavy petting because it leads to premarital sex. I don't know. Some sort of touching. It does not sound like a pleasant touch. Heavy petting kind of sounds like I'm going to love it and hold it and kiss it. It does not sound like it would lead to sex. It sounds like it would lead to like, oops, I killed it. That's what it sounds like it would lead to. My wife and I, we have 3 children. I love them. I like to say that just before I launch into these jokes. Like to get it on record. I miss them when I travel, which I have not been lately.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't need 3 either. I don't know what I was thinking. Did we not running a farm? We didn't really need to do that. My son just turned 17. Quick impression of him. That's all of our conversations. We're done with words, we're done with sentences, we're down to noises. It's like talking to a congested goose. That's what's running around my house right now. How was school? That was a fun talk. All right. 17-year-old son, 11-year-old daughter, 8-year-old daughter. Not very good family planning. You can do the math on that one too. But when people hear my kids' ages, they're always like, hey, at least the 17-year-old can babysit. And I'm like, kind of. I mean, I leave him in charge, technically, but I pull the 11-year-old aside. I'm like, look, I'm counting on you. Get your little sister over here too. We're gonna need her. Sometimes the ducks have to take care of the goose. That's our code. If this goes bad, take your brother's phone, text me, duck, duck, goose. I'll haul ass home. That's our system. All right, I'm not done yet, but we can do questions now. Okay.
Yes, I have some.
Okay.
Okay, so a few about your hair.
Okay. All right.
Of course. Comparing Gabe's hair and Monica's, who wore it better?
I mean, come on now.
You, obviously.
Obviously you, right?
No, I wouldn't say that, but.
Have you ever straightened your hair?
No, I do not straighten my hair. I do not highlight my hair. I use
Well, they did ask, what's your Jesus hair routine? So,
Jesus hair routine.
So this is good. Yeah,
Yes.
just lead into that. Perfect.
My Jesus hair routine is I turn water into conditioner. No,
Wait,
I use Pantene. I usually use Pantene, which I've learned makes people very upset, especially like hairdressers. If you say you use Pantene, they do not care for that because apparently there's something that's like $40 an ounce that they use in horse manes that I'm supposed to be buying. But yeah, I'll be honest. I thought Pantene was the good stuff. I'm like, I'm an adult. I'm not using Suave 3-in-1 anymore. I'm not using the body wash, conditioner, shampoo, motor oil 4-in-1. I think Pantene's like middle shelf, maybe.
Like it's an alcohol or middle?
Yeah, exactly. I'm middle shelf shampoo, bottom shelf liquor. Sorry, I'm married.
I do have one that I thought was really funny.
Okay.
It just said, LOL from my wife.
Oh.
Oh.
His wife laughed, not him, though,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's
I
good.
thought that was funny. Sorry. Someone also said, don't Tarantino the Bible. Got it.
Yes, don't exactly. If you start with Revelations, you're gonna be like, this is too much. It's like starting with the last Harry Potter book. You know what I mean? You're like, it's too much.
And then, you've gotten so many hashtags that are going to be trending on Twitter after this. I swear. The amount.
Hashtag math hurts.
Hashtag duct tape diaper. Hashtag so brave. Hashtag apple pour. Hashtag team sober. Just so many hashtags that I thought were just so funny.
What was that?
Team
Festival?
alcohol.
What was that?
Which one?
Apple Blossom Festival?
Apple Blossom?
Yes. Someone said Apple Blossom Festival 1990.
Oh yeah.
They asked me to ask you.
Seems
specific-
pretty
Yeah.
specific. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. And then they kept commenting, like, ask him, bring it up, ask
Tina? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I was at the Apple Blossom Festival 1990. Back when it meant something. Not now. Where it's lost all its value. I have no idea. I was in band. I had a mullet then. No one asked about my hair care routine when I had a mullet. They were like, Pert Plus? I'm like, you got me. I played. This is what I did not like about the Apple Blossom Festival. It was 1,000 degrees. We're wearing a big wool, marching band outfit. I was I think 1990. I don't know what I was playing. when the first year I went, it might have been before 90. I had cymbals, which are super heavy, and by the end of the parade, I was not playing cymbals. I was the guy in the band who carried cymbals. I was just so exhausted. Just I was down to vocally cymbal. Crash. Yeah, and in fact, one year I was really sick during that during the Apple Blossom Festival, and I kind of it was hot, it was sweaty, it was a little bit of an out of body experience, but yeah, I enjoyed. Band was fun.
Just a trip down memory lane.
Speaking of dry humping.
I do have one more,
Yeah.
and then I'll let you keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so someone asked, does your daughter still practice emotions?
I'm gonna call that a request.
Yeah,
that's a
nice,
request.
yeah.
All right, that's a request.
I was gonna say, I think I've heard this.
Okay, wait, I've never done a request. How do you just start in the middle of nowhere? I don't know how musicians do it.
Usually you say the punchline accidentally,
Yeah,
and then you start.
exactly.
That's what I do.
You're gonna leave, and then we're all gonna start clapping, and then we're gonna wait 20 minutes, and then you come back
This
on.
An encore.
This is way easier if like I knew how to like Freebird. You're like, oh, I'll start at the beginning of the song. This is it's like for comedy, it's like play the middle of Freebird. You're like. Cause I'm free. No, that's not it. I'm regretting this flannel. I'm very sweaty right now. It's almost like 1990 Apple Blossom Festival.
No, it's off.
It's fine. It's probably bad fan sound.
No.
Okay, it's not on. It's okay. Is anything happening? Is this? Is it all over? Is this the last apartment left? I knew this is how it would end. Not even on stage.
Yeah.
In front of a balcony. I knew it would come down to this. Okay, I have 2 daughters. I think I got it. I have a son. I have 2 daughters. I'm happy. I had daughters. They seem a little smarter. You know. Look, when my son was much younger, he would do things like he would run in from the backyard, and he would be like, "Dad, can I freeze a slug and then hit it with a hammer?" Which is, I was like, yeah, finally an interest in science. Good for you. But look, boys are dumb animals. That's kind of the boy childhood. We kill things, we get the fart sound down with our armpit. That's all that's happening. My daughters, on the other hand, they appear to be in some sort of advanced manipulation training program. They scare me. Plus, it's colder when they're in the room. I don't know if that's normal. You sense them before you see them. They're here. They're here. One of my daughters started doing this at 3, tiny 3-year-old. She would stand in front of the mirror and practice her emotions so she could fake them later.
Yeah.
She'd just be in front of the mirror working it out. I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm angry. And and I'd just be like watching, like I'm fucked. Also, she makes up drama if she's bored. That's a fun game. Just, Mommy, Daddy just said he doesn't love me anymore. I'm like, what the hell? That's starting to be true, little liar. Dads always say no guy is ever going to be good enough to marry their daughter. Why are we picking sides so early? Am I allowed to feel a little bit sorry for a future partner? Am I allowed to do that? Because they don't know. They're sitting in a sandbox right now, playing with trucks, without a care in the world. I sure do love trucks. I'm like, yeah, I know, little buddy. He has no idea the emotional tsunami headed his way. He doesn't know he's 20 years away from, like, sometimes I feel like you like trucks more than me. No, I like you and trucks. Oh, so I'm just another truck to you. Wait, what? Do you want to see me? I bet you wish you could marry your truck. No, I'd rather marry you. Oh my God, I accept. Wait, what happened? Not to say the only way to get someone to marry you, a man to marry you, is manipulate him. That's not my experience for the record. LOL, wife. But ask a man about love. It's not our best question. You know, like, hey, how'd you know your wife was the one? Like, she helped me realize. You know what? She wrote this down. I'll just read it. She was the best thing that ever happened to me, and only a fool would let her go. Are you happy? Yeah, she says we're very happy. Blank once if you need help. By request. That wasn't the whole thing I remembered. So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. Thank you. I feel like I teased a sexting joke, which is probably not appropriate for this room, but I'm doing it anyway.
Do it.
All right. Look, sexting, a little bit generational. My wife and I, in our 40s. That's probably not the right generation, right? Everything good on the camera?
Yeah, I just wanted to check the battery,
Okay.
but we're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay. I went so long I killed the phone battery.
Oh, no, we got plenty of it. You're good.
This is my last show forever. So, might go a bit long.
Yours too.
Okay, look, I think my wife's a fan of, you know, my stuff, my equipment. I also know if I asked her if she wanted to see a picture of it, which I don't know how, that's the problem. I don't know, there's not a great way to do that. Like, ladies, I know you don't want an unsolicited picture showing up, but we have to admit it's equally creepy to ask permission to send one.
Yeah.
That's still equally, there's no good way to bring it up. You know what I mean? There's no like, what are your plans? There's no, you know, there's no romantic, there's no Civil War text exchange you can do like, my dearest love. I pray this text finds you well. At 2:02 a.m. The winters are long here. The only crop that seems to grow is eggplant. Would you like to see one? LOL, JK, unless you want to. Talk to you later. I know what my wife would say. I know what my wife would say if I asked her if she wanted to see a picture of my penis. She would not say no. She would say, well, what's wrong with it? That's what she would say. Follow-up would be, do I need to make you a doctor's appointment? Also, been with my wife, you know, a long time. What am I even trying to prove by sending another picture? She's aware of it. They've met. They hung out a couple times. Maybe it's time to send a picture of a different penis.
Yeah.
Which I tried once. If you're judging me, you're correct. It didn't go well. I thought it would be funny. I didn't think it through. I don't know how I didn't see the first question coming, which was, where did you get this picture? I was like, oh no, I didn't take it. I don't know that guy. I wasn't in the room. I Googled dicks. That's what I did. And then I picked out one that I thought looked nice. Like a straight guy would do. All right, big closer? Okay, big closer. Here we go. Wait, any more questions before the big closer? We're fine. Okay.
We
Oh
got a
no,
lot of-
no, I have.
Okay, go ahead. Do we have
Questions?
time? We're good on this? Okay.
You're fine.
I was just making sure it wasn't gonna die.
Oh,
We
okay.
got plenty of time.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. You're
And
good.
it's only been going for an hour, so we're good.
Okay.
No, I have questions and requests.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah. Everyone's.
Okay, so besides Monica's house, what's the weirdest place you've done a show at?
Yes.
Oh!
Shit.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make this sexy, everybody.
Oh, wait, I thought
We need some music.
Weirdest place I've ever done a show is kind of a wild story. It's actually I did a show at a nursing home. And that's the interesting thing about comedy is it's not that they're like, was that your worst show? And I'm like, oh, I've done 3 nursing homes. It's you do the worst show you've ever done, and then you're like, yeah, I'll do it again. Maybe there's a pandemic coming. I might need this $300. But the very, very worst one, it was actually a convalescent home, which is also like, it's not like senior fun living. It's sort of, you know, it's towards the end, not to be a dick about it, but so they were not. One lady laughed really hard for like 10 minutes, and then she just fell deep asleep. And I needed her so bad. I loved that. I don't even know if she was laughing at me, but I loved that lady so much. And then, there's hearing problems and there's food, and so the nurses in the back are like, Frank, do you want mustard on your hot dog, Frank? Just scream. I'm up there, I'm up there doing jokes like, my daughter practices her emotions, Frank. So that part was brutal. There was a guy in the front row who was in a Little Rascal scooter. I didn't even know this until that particular evening, but when no one's laughing, the sound of a Little Rascal scooter, very loud. He was kind of wet. He wanted to leave, which, by the way, where's he going? Like, how bad is my show where he's like, I'm going to go back to my room. Like, there's no other, he's not, his room's down the hall, and he's like, fuck this. I'd rather stare at the wall and listen to this idiot. So he had to like get out, but it was like he got stuck, so it was like, It was like a 98-point turn to get out of there, and then just all the way back down the hallway. But you know what? It was hilarious. I was bombing. I definitely was bombing, but I just felt the absurdity of the situation. I didn't even feel like, I'm not good at comedy. I just felt like, what? This isn't even, it's like Fear Factor. It's like, will you humiliate yourself in front of a room of Alzheimer's sufferers for a certain amount of money? I'm like, yeah, sure. When you put it in those terms, you're like, yeah, I'll do it. So that was probably the worst, though. But I mean, even last month, I did a show that was, it's that never goes away. There's less bad shows, but it's still like, the sound was bad, no one could hear me. I just ended up talking to myself. It happens.
Okay, I've got another one that says, any jokes involving your brother?
My brother? Oh no. Come on.
Please.
It was a different time.
I love it so much.
Someone did actually request it. It wasn't just them.
It wasn't just us.
Was it my brother? Because that would show real progress. Okay, this is a joke. I don't know the year I wrote it, but it was, I don't know if I would tell it now, but you know what? What are they going to do? Cancel me? I got nothing to cancel.
We'll delete it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's your brother's name?
I have a brother named Sean, and I have a brother named Joel.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. My brother is Down syndrome. Don't turn off. Stay with us. Please stay with us. Log off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Everybody stay. We're good.
We got more all of a sudden.
Whoa. Someone had an alert for that? Finally, I paid no money. Okay, my brother is Down syndrome, which is why I feel like I'm allowed to say the word retarded, because I asked him, and he said it's cool. He also said I could say the N-word, but he is retarded. And you can't do everything he says. Should I leave now? Should I just go, or?
I mean, now we lost everyone, but yeah. It wasn't his fault, it was request, yeah.
By request.
By request, you can make this your closer if you want to. Get in the van.
Oh crap.
That I have the T-shirt in my room.
Oh, that's the best.
I love it.
Okay. I haven't done this one in a little bit either. Here we go.
Oh,
Get in the
that's
van,
so-
get in the van.
so much.
Okay. Again, punchline first. That's how jokes work.
I know this one.
I know. Everyone knows it but me at this point. That's the problem. Everyone knows it but me. Like I said, I have 3 children, and thanks to them, I was recently, not that recently, I just said I can't remember the joke. One time, I was accidentally the creepy guy at a Walmart, which is pretty hard to pull off because there's a lot of competition. Got to bring your A game. if you want to be the creepy one at Walmart, you know? But I did it. My kids were running around the Walmart parking lot. They weren't that far away from me, but they were far away enough people didn't know they were mine, and that's important to this story. I was upset. I wasn't thinking. I just screamed really loud, "Get in the van!" Yeah, people did look at me, which does make sense. Like people should have looked at me. I just screamed, "Get in the van!" At children, it's worth a glance. But for some reason, I don't know why, I when people looked at me, I was like, "Oh, no. It's my van." Yeah, not they're my children. That would have been better. Went with "It's my van," which I think I remembered about 75% of that joke, but we didn't. All right, big closer. First of all, shout out to one of the communities that's been affected by social distancing, the orgy community. There's been some cancellations, you know what I mean? There's been, or if there hasn't been cancellations, it's probably like a junior high dance. People on each wall, like, "You go, I don't want to fucking go." But my wife and I have friends that are swingers. Perhaps they're watching. This is a weird way to wrap it up, but here we go. We have friends that are swingers. And my wife and I, open-minded people, we're like, okay, we have friends that are swingers. It's not going to be weird. It's going to be fine. We were wrong. It's kind of weird. Here's why it's weird to be friends with people who are swingers when you're not. Because every time they invite us to do something, we're like, is this the time? And then eventually we were like, are they not even going to ask us? We're decent people, you know what I mean? We would have brought hummus or whatever you're supposed to do. One time we hung out with them. Afterwards, my wife was like, would you ever want to do what they do? You ever want to go to a swinger sex party? I was like, no. She was like, really? You don't want to have sex with other women? And I was like, well, that is not what you asked me. I mean, I've been married for 23 years. I guess in my mind, if I was going to have sex with another woman, I wasn't really going to bring her. Is that make me a bad person? I don't think it does. When you buy a new car, do you tow the old one behind you? So it can watch you drive the new one? It seems rude. Also, I know my wife, she'd be super supportive at an orgy and it would annoy me. She'd be like, just relax, I believe in you. You're going to do great. I'm like, stop, you got to stop. Also, she'd end up apologizing for me. Like, I'm so sorry, he's normally much better. I don't know what happened. He's tired. He's a good dad, though. Also, it's pretty cold in here. I don't know if you noticed that. I actually have a picture on my phone of a much nicer one he sent me. All right, I lied. I'm doing one more. I'm doing one more. This really is going to be my last joke, I promise. Okay. In my mind, I'm imagining people on their screens like, no, please. But don't, just one more. I don't feel that old, but the other day, it took me 10 minutes to remember the word nectarine. Which, you know, sometimes that happens. You can't remember like a basic word. You're like, oh, shit. Finally, I was like, you know what? I have got to pick a different safe word. Some of that stuff hurt. I think everyone knows what a safe word is. We can do a quick TED Talk. A safe word, a word you're supposed to say during sex to let the other person know they've gone too far. A lot of times it's fruit. I don't know why, but banana, pineapple, popular choices. I think if you're at an orgy and you yell out fruit salad, the whole room freezes. That's my understanding. I've clearly never been. I'll be honest, my wife and I don't, we don't have a safe word. We're not that exciting. Our safe word is like, ow, are you shitting me? I'm not sure why I turned around on that one. It's not your business. Thank you. Good night. Questions?
No.
Comments?
No.
No,
I
no.
just have so many people saying, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh my G, I can't stop laughing, keep going.
I will keep going. If we got time,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
room?
no,
Okay,
you're
I'll keep
totally
going.
fine.
Time, Gabe? Yeah, just.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will keep going.
Yeah, I'm saying one.
I know the actual end of that joke, so I was like, oh, I got time.
I've got at least 8 people saying that they want you to.
That's
go.
all you need.
And
You know
I've got over 100 people watching.
Okay, that's
If you want to do the hummus joke, that's good. Maybe a
Aaron's
personal
request, though,
request
it's
from my
not-
apartment, maybe.
okay. All right,
Not
I
allowed.
gotta remember it though. But
I love it so much.
I know I don't. All I remember is the punchline. I don't remember how we got into the.
I remember that part too.
How's it start?
Oh. I started working at the club 4 years ago. I don't know.
It's still
Look, this is the problem when you were my age. You know, when you go to people's houses. I can't do the joke. I honestly don't remember. I'll just do the punchline. The only thing I remember about the joke is the punchline is like, who brought the hummus? It is fantastic. That's all I remember. I don't remember how I got there. I don't remember the setup. I remember
the
nothing.
middle of the orgy thing.
Yeah, I know.
No, you
You're
go
the
to a
water
party
boy.
and you're taking off your shoes.
I know, it's all gone. It's gone.
We had a request for a crow.
Oh!
Shit. Okay, I can do. Sometimes people say their kids are like their pets. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, we're gonna get a dog, see how that goes. Which is really like, that's not, what are you, you're gonna get a kid that eats off the floor and shits in the yard? Like, what's the plan? Like, oh, we're ready, we got this down. So I thought about it. I think if you want to get an animal in your house that's gonna recreate the child experience, you don't get a dog, you don't get a cat, you get a crow. A group of crows is not called a flock, it is called a murder. And that is what I live with. I live with a murder of children, and it starts the second they wake up every goddamn day, just Look, yeah, you want juice? Why are you screaming? Sure, we can have chicken nuggets for breakfast. I don't give a shit. Like, don't wake up mommy. That's not good for any of us. Good, now mommy's up. Fuck. Now the big crow's pissed. That was most of it. Any other requests? Okay, that's fine. My wife and I, we argue sometimes, which I think is the appropriate amount. I just walked Pam.
She's got to pee.
She's at 3 Bud Lights.
And yeah, Dad needs another beer.
Dad needs a Bud Light. I get it.
Well, come on.
Thank you, Mike. Mike's the Oscar seat filler right now. He's like, oh, there's an opening in the living room? I'll run in there and make him feel comfortable. Thank you so much. Okay, so my wife and I thought about this. I think we argue sometimes, and I think that's the appropriate amount to argue. All the time? Seems bad. Never? I don't trust it. Right? Because sometimes we meet those couples who are like, you know, they're like, we never fight. And I'm like, do you not talk? That's cheating. Doesn't count. Does not count. This is my favorite, is when couples will be like, you know what? We never go to bed angry. I'm like, wow. I would be so tired. I've gone to bed angry, then woke up furious. I have my own system. That's what I do. It's not easy. That's what a relationship is. You're saying to someone else, you're saying, look, I love you just the way you are. I just wish you were different. I think that's what love is. I'm actually I'm the assistant manager of my family. That's the position I've been promoted to. It's where I'm going to stay. My wife is the manager. I work as a team. Even if I don't have the same understanding or enthusiasm for the policies, I work as a team. Sometimes I gotta be like, look, kids, I also don't understand why it's so important to replace the toilet paper roll. But this is coming from corporate. My hands are tied. I agree with you. We should pile a bunch of them on the back of the toilet. I brought that up at the meeting. That was shot down. It's very important to your mother that if we're out of toilet paper, we have to do a 6-foot crouch walk over to that cupboard. I'm giving her shit, but thank God my wife's in charge. We desperately need her. If you're running a family of 5, you're running a small business. It's nonprofit, but it's still impressive, right? She's so good at it. Christy, if you're listening, you're so fucking good at it. I'm not that good. I am not that good. The only reason I get to be assistant manager is I am sleeping with the manager. That's also why we have so many employees. I cannot be fired. I am a co-founder. I'm not good at details. Details are important. And parenting, apparently. You need to know stuff about them. I take a kid to the doctor by myself. Embarrassing what I do not know about my own children. They're like, what's your daughter's birth date? I'm like, 12/21. They're like, what year? Every year. I'm pretty sure she's got an ear infection. We're not going to look in there. I'm going to get a quiz. I don't like your tone. Sir, is your daughter allergic to any medication? Yeah, probably. I guess I thought you guys would write it down. What's on that computer screen? Solitaire? Look it up. I don't know. This is going to be embarrassing if we both have to call my wife about this. My wife remembers everything. I have a terrible memory. I had a guy message me on Facebook. He was like, remember me from 3rd grade? Which, no. No, I barely remembered 1990 marching band. Let alone 3rd grade. 3rd grade? How big of an impact do you think you had on my life? It also was like I moved halfway through the year. I'm like, no, I don't know you, Gary. And, I'm not talking about a young person, because when's the last time you met a baby named Gary? It's been a little bit. If I ever see a baby Gary, I'm assuming he can change my transmission already. That kid was born an uncle. There's a lot I don't remember from grade school, and I'm thinking it's because we had that kind of glue that they don't let kids have anymore. There's a lot of blurry years. We could have been friends. We could have been enemies. I was in a rubber cement haze. Gary, some shit went down, okay? I don't think no one could say they were sober in my grade school. Not during art. Like, the DARE officer would come in and be like, say no to drugs. And we're like, maybe after craft time. I'm gonna make some shiny art. That's what I'm about to do. Officer Buzzkill. But I did think about it, thanks to Gary. I remember 2 people from 3rd grade. That's all I remember. A girl I had a crush on, and the kid who shit his pants on a field trip. Yeah, so unless you're Lisa Wasberg, or me, don't know you. I do think I know why Gary remembers me. And why Lisa wasn't into me. It's all coming together. I only peed my pants on a field trip. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, sorry. Were you done?
No, it's fine.
I thought you were done.
No, you raised your hand and I called on you like I was a teacher. Like, yes.
Yes, that's how I was acting. How do they buy merch?
Oh, shit.
They want to. They want to.
Do you want to finish that bit before we do this part, or it's weird enough already? You pick.
It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
I don't. Well, I have lots of albums you can buy on like iTunes and wherever you buy albums. That's about all I have for sale online, I think. I mean, if you know where I live and you're willing to buy a t-shirt 6 feet from me, I will toss it to you. Oh yeah, of course. I wrote a book. It's called Happiness Isn't Funny, True Stories of a Road Comic.
It's a good one.
Thank you so much. That's on Amazon. You can buy that. That book came out in 2014, but I wrote it in 2010 and 11. And so this year, I'm writing, it's 10 years later, I'm writing one this year. And boy, did that book take a turn. Went from like road comedy stories to an extinction journal, but whatever. So that's a long ways away from happening. But yeah, buy my book. That would be awesome as well. Any more comments?
Yes, one from a Christy Rutledge.
Never heard of her.
Said, you're just afraid I might quit.
I'm afraid she'll quit. Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
That's all I had.
Okay.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're totally fine. All right. I think I am gonna close now. Okay. I'm done making people. That was before. That was before COVID-19, by the way. That was. It wasn't like, you know what, we should wrap this up. I'm just, you know. I had a weird vasectomy. There's no way to ease into this joke. Here we go. Ron, don't leave. Come on, Ron, I need you. Do you ever?
Mine wasn't weird.
But you had one. Yours wasn't weird.
No, I don't have.
Okay.
I took care of that.
Oh, you? Okay. For a second, I thought you gave him a vasectomy.
That's not weird, is it?
And I was like, I thought I had a shit health plan. Holy smokes. How much does it cost? I could do that. I'll just watch one of these YouTube tutorials. No, Ron, the good scissors. Okay, you took care of it. Okay, fine, that's good. This is why it was weird, okay? First of all, I don't say this normally before a joke, but everything's fine. This is why it was weird. Someone was observing, they were observing the procedure. It was a medical student, I'm hoping. Could have been a weird Make-A-Wish. I don't know. I do not know. All they said is, do you mind if she watches? Which, yeah, exactly. She. Do you mind if she watches? In all the ways I was hoping to hear that sentence in my life, vasectomy had never come up. Right, Oregon? Did I say Oregon or Oregon? I'm not sure. So the doctor, this is what happened. The surgeon, out loud, had to step by step describe everything he was doing so he could teach the student. And I'm not unconscious. I can hear, it's like you in the garage. You can hear everything. So I have to hear stuff. I'm trying to be out of, zoned out, but I can hear stuff like, now we're gonna cauterize. I'm like, we're at the very end. He's doing the final stitching, and I know that because he said, we're at the very end, and I'm doing the final stitching. Everyone was on board, me, the doctor, there was a nurse, there was a janitor. We all were on board. And then the doctor said the following, which still haunts me. He was like, well, that's a little ugly, but it should get the job done. Yeah, I raised my hand in my own procedure. I was like, what does that mean? And I think he forgot I was awake. He looked embarrassed. He was like, I'm sorry, I don't even know. He's like, I was making fun of my stitch. You're gonna be fine. Which I am fine. Everything's okay. As far as I can tell, it's not like I was a scrotum model before. It seems fine. But how about if we teach the medical student anything? Let's teach her to never say the phrase, that's a little ugly, but it should get the job done. It does not put the patient at ease. It does kind of sound like what God would have said after creating the penis. Just like, oh, that's not what I thought I would look like. Is that too close to the butthole a little bit? It's a little ugly, should get the job done. I'm not coming in on Sunday, so ship it. Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Oh, keep it going for Gabriel Rutledge. Fucking best.
This was so much fun.
Sorry. This was so much fun. If you want to, please follow Gabe and Mike on social media. At Me Coletta is most of Mike's handles. At Gabe Rutledge is Gabe's handles. They're so funny. Come see us live. That's the thing. When this is all over, please come see us live. I hope you had fun. This was such a fun show. Honestly, I was like dying, even though I've seen both these guys a million times. So funny. But see us live is totally different. And yes, there were only 5 fucking audience members because we are following the restrictions. Okay, so whoever kept commenting that, oh, there's only 5. Even my parents are saying 6 feet apart from each other like you're supposed to. Because of the restrictions, not because there's anything wrong with their relationship. Also, if you want to donate, it's Venmo is at Monica Nevi, or the PayPal button is on monicanevi.com/livestream. There's buttons to click, and then you can put in your information and donate to us. If not, we had such a fun time. This was so, wow, what? I've been like getting texts this whole time, which I can't look at because my phone is about how great of a show it was. So thank you so much for watching. It's fantastic. We have a couple more comments, which I might revert to the back of the room to help me. So let's see, what do we got?
Okay, so I did get a question about you.
Oh.
They asked how you became a comic, which I know that you already answered in your Thursday.
Right.
stream.
Oh, right. Yeah. The strip club wouldn't accept me. I'm kidding. No, I was a basketball player. I played basketball in college, and I loved stand-up. We were just comedy. When I was a kid, we used to watch like the Marx Brothers and W.C. Fields and all those things. So comedy was a thing. I used to watch stand-up when I was 14 instead of going to the movies with my friends. And then when I got hurt after I was playing basketball in college, I decided that stand-up was the thing that I was going to do. And now, you know what? I've worked so hard, honestly, in the last 9 years, and I visualize and I meditate, and I have never seen this moment coming. So here we are, at the pinnacle of my career. I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm kidding. I'll never quit. Sorry, Mom. She's like, we paid for your degree. They didn't pay for it, but still.
Not yet.
I have loans. That's what that means. We have loans.
I also have a question. Skinny mirror? Question mark?
I don't know what that means. Is that you or you?
Do you have a skinny mirror?
Do you have a skinny mirror? Or do we need one? Is that a mean comment?
Yeah,
Skinny
jeez.
mirror joke?
I mean, it wasn't anything that I had said before.
When we were up here the other day, people kept like requesting things, and I was like, "Do I have a joke about that?" Because I don't think I do.
Oh, that might have
Skinny
been. They
mirror?
might have just been fucking with us. Okay, cool. Also.
Or maybe
for
they're
Mike-
just throwing in more words from. I mean, I thought my collective joke was amazing. So
For Mike as well, is the D&D rubbing off on you?
Yeah, it's rubbing off on me really
do you
hard.
guys want to come up here?
Yeah, let's
Just-
try it.
Yeah,
Let's try it
you
there.
guys want? We'll just do
Yeah.
like a weird 3-person Q&A.
How do we get
Why not?
6 feet from each other while standing over here?
Yeah, that's definitely not.
In PE class, where you're like arm's length. So,
Okay, so is the staff joke new, Mike?
Mike.
Which joke?
The staff joke.
Oh, the wizard.
That's new, and Gabe wrote the tag.
Okay.
You guys can't come in here is you. You wrote that.
Oh.
'Cause you wrote, and I
I
tried
am good.
I tried so many other tags, and none of them worked. That's the only one that worked, was the you can't come in here.
So I was gonna say, lots of people commented on your new stuff. I don't know if it's new, if it's not new, if you're just like redoing it, whatever. But everybody commented on it saying that they loved everything that you did.
Well, Mike was the only one that was like, "This is new. I'm doing it now."
That's true.
I was
I like to
so-
call it out.
I was so busy writing, I
Call your
didn't
shot.
listen.
I feel like everyone here's seen me 800 times in the room physically, so I would
Yeah,
say,
of course,
hey,
yeah.
pay attention, everyone. This is a new joke.
Pam, could you get out of the bathroom? Mike's gonna do a new joke.
Is up here? New one's coming.
Okay. And then, Monica, how did
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen
Knew
eventually,
it was gonna
and
happen.
I knew it was gonna be Mike that knocked me down.
I wasn't even touching
Get
it.
it closer.
Did you mess up that curtain? I hope not.
Yeah.
Please
Dave's
don't.
really concerned about the. Also, we had one of them replaced, so that's why it looks great.
Is that better?
It looks great.
It's the only way you can see it.
It was months ago. ago that I had that one.
Yeah, but we
reversed.
had
There
2
you
of
go.
them that were like under the couch or something. So,
months ago.
but I feel like you're the only person that's like, I care enough to replace the slats on this thing, and it looks great. It's worth it. I love you. You're fantastic. Make your eyebrows look different right now, please.
Bring them down. Bring down the
Wait,
brows.
wait, do it. Soften your eyebrows, please.
You know what? We're gonna say right
No. What's the next question?
How was Gabe's vasectomy? Asking for a friend.
We just said how.
I had a weird vasectomy. There's no way to ease into this one.
Gonna do the bit.
No.
Do the whole bit.
No.
Do the whole bit.
No. Okay, I do have another one for you.
Okay.
So someone commented saying that they were 48 and were just shopping for bird feeders.
Not
They're
judging,
very
not judging.
proud. And then one for Mike. I don't understand this at all, but it says, Mike, have you made a joke out of Muskie Hunt 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Is that my friend Russ?
Yep.
Yeah, that's me flipping his kayak and losing a bunch of our phones and wallets.
Oh, I remember that. I heard that on the podcast.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
That's so funny.
It was called Muskie Hunt 2 Electric Boogaloo, even though it was the first one.
Hilarious. We also have a podcast. It's called The Hug Life. If you'd like to listen to it.
I would like you to call out Jamie Williams for spelling my name wrong, even though she knows me personally.
My girlfriend Erin, her name is Aryn, and everyone spells it wrong. Even her bestest of friends that she used to work with, apparently. But thanks for watching, Jamie. Hopefully now you have to donate more. Sorry.
This is rules.
Okay, I have one more for Monica. They said, how did he find out he was schizo? Pillow talk, question mark.
Amazing. Well, yeah. How did he find? See, this is the thing. I think that whole bit could really evolve into an actual bit. I'm so proud of the beat cop thing. Thank you. Thank you. You're the only one. I knew I could only get it out of you and Aaron. But it made me feel really good. And I was like, oh, how did he find out? Well, he was on Heroes. That's why, right? He was a schizophrenic cop on Heroes, and that's how it worked out. It'll work. I'm actually gonna post the list of what people commented to me to make that joke, and you can decide what I really missed out on. It'll work
We're
out.
all in this together.
Yeah, that's right. Anything else? Are we good? Good, great. Give it up again, Gabriel Rutledge and Mike Coletta. So great. My parents who are here. It's so fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Donate all night. It'll be up until 12, so you guys can keep watching it. Start at the beginning. We love you. We love you. We love you. Good luck.
Oh, I got this.
Okay, bye.
That's my job.